Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions review, the punk rock band of wargame review institutions. This is Defiant Russia 1941, the war against Nazi aggression from Avalanche Press. Defiant Russia is a swift-playing game based on the grim days of 1941, when the Soviet people repelled hordes of Nazi invaders. Players move the actual armor and infantry units of the German Wehrmacht and the Red Army of workers and peasants. The object of the game is to either capture the key cities of the Russian heartland or defend the revolution from evil. Units are rated for combat strength and movement capability. Let the dice fly and see if you can better the performance of the historical commanders. The world's future is in your grasp. It says it takes 2 hours to play, but on Board Game Geek they said 3 to 3.5 hours, I think. 2 players. Looks like the difficulty level is pretty low, and solitaire playability is good. Alright, here's the map here. On the top it's got an air power track, a turn record track, and then it's got these railways on here. The railways look a little bit weird. And on the bottom you got a map key. People on the internet were complaining about the way the map looked. Actually, for one of their smaller box games, this is pretty good. This is one of the better ones. It's just that the railroads look a little odd. Other than that, it's fine. Alright, let's take a look at the counters here. Counters have 2 sides. They look alright. Thin counters, but... Alright, here's the manual here. Alright, starts with the components. And here's your sequence of play. It starts with the weather phase, Axis organization phase, Axis movement phase, Axis combat phase, Axis exploitation phase, and Axis exploitation combat phase. And then the Soviet organization phase. In that phase, they determine Soviet supply replacements, air, partisans, and reinforcements. And then there's a Soviet movement phase, Soviet combat phase, Soviet exploitation phase, Soviet exploitation combat phase. And here's where you got your supply rules. Movement rules are here. Looks like you have zones of control. And there's rail movement, as you've probably already guessed. And here's your combat rules. There's weather. And here it's getting into replacements and stuff. And then there's special unit types such as shock armies, partisans, airborne, and Axis miners, whatever that is, and the Red Navy. So this looks like it's not going to take very much to learn the rules. So, well, here's some optional rules here. Early invasion and no purge. From what I've heard about this game is that the Germans advance slower than they did in real life. And I think in the beginning of the game, the Russians take a lot of casualties, but they get a lot of reinforcements, so they slowly build up, and then it becomes... Near the end, it's much more likely that the Russians are going to win. And also, there's some people complaining it's one of these bucket of dice games, but whatever. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've tried this, definitely chime in and let us know how it is. Have a good evening.